Good morning, everyone. Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. Today is the 29th of January. It's a Sunday. The moon is in Taurus and the sun is in Aquarius. So today is a very energetic and interesting day. We have two trines today. Trines are aspects that are flowing, where there's not a lot of resistance, or actually no resistance, between the planets. We have the sun trining Mars. Now, Mars has just come out of a retrograde cycle that happened on the 12th of January. And while Mars was moving direct, it wasn't moving very fast. It takes a little while for Mars to get its sort of feet back under it after a long retrograde cycle. It's like we know we're making progress, but it's not that quick. Today we have a much faster Mars making a trine to the sun. Of course, Mars is in Gemini, the sign of communication. The sun is in Aquarius, the sign of democracy, group orientation, humanitarianism, technology, looking at things perhaps in a different way, more progressive energy, more democratic energy. And we also have a trine between Uranus and the planet of change, and Mercury, the planet of the mind. Now, Mercury has also just come out of a retrograde cycle, and now it gets this boost from Uranus. So what does this all mean for us? Well, it means that it's easier to change. It's easier to change a mind today. We are open to more egalitarian, perhaps out-of-the-box solutions for old problems. There's a lot of energy and communication with this combination. Now, the other day I woke up and it was a hard day to get started. And it wasn't anything personal. It was just another day of waking up with, a couple more mass shootings under our belt and another mother mourning the vicious death of a son that did nothing but, I guess, was in the wrong place at the wrong time, perhaps, or was just the wrong color, or it was just, another lesson. And, it feels a little bit like when George Floyd was killed, except the difference between now and then is, Trump was in the White House at the time, and now he's not. He was in power, and then now he's not. So it's not as though, Trump really, he certainly could have dealt with things better, but it's not that I'm blaming him. What I'm saying is that there is an opening now, and a realization perhaps, and hopefully we can see for this for what it is. It's here in America, in places like Memphis. It's about abuse of power. We look to Israel, what's going on in Israel with the Palestinians and the Israelis, and it's an abuse of power. We see what's going on in the Ukraine, and we see it as abuse of power. We see what's going on in Afghanistan, and we see it as an abuse of power. It's very, very evident what's going on, and we need to call those in power to listen to the people who put them there in cases of democracy, right? In autocracies, it's a little bit more difficult because a lot of times those people get in there by cheating, or the people just don't have the understanding, perhaps, or they probably have the understanding, but they don't have the systems that can bring their wants and their views into the minds and actions of their leaders. And even in a place like America, where we're considered a democracy, it's hard to do that. So we can imagine in places where the people don't have a voice. But because of technology, Aquarius, we can spread the word, and we need to spread the word of love. We are not going to take this anymore. It's such a waste. It is such a waste of life and limb and spirit that it's time for us to wake up to our potential, and that we can actually create a world that we want to live in, instead of this nightmare scenario that we wake up to. Today is one of those days when can be a big shift. And of course, we're readying ourselves for Pluto to move into Aquarius. So things are changing, guys. Don't lose heart. Don't lose hope. As far as personal stuff, today's a good day to work with technology. It's a good day to work with groups of like mind. It's also a good day if there's a project that you haven't really had the energy for. Today is a good energy day. So whatever you decide to do today, and the moon's in Taurus, so there's a stability to it as well, and it's part of a first quarter sun-moon square, which is a crisis in action. We are being called to action to create the world that we want to see, and we're not going to do it with violence. Violence begets violence. It's about cooperation. It's about reaching your hand out to somebody and helping. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly enjoyed it. I enjoyed saying it because let me tell you, it's been a tough week here in America. And I mean, I can only say that because that's where I am. But it's been a tough week everywhere. And I think it's time for us to rise up in a common cause for the rights to be who we are, and to work together to make this world a better place. See? All right, everyone. Take care. Have a wonderful day. We have another sunny one here. I'm so excited. And I will see you again tomorrow morning. Take care, everyone. Oh, check out my Taroscopes came out last night. So if you haven't seen those for February, take a gander. All right. Oh, and I did a thing on Jacinda Ardern, my new Patreon. I'm doing a new Patreon series, The Rising Feminine, and I did Jacinda, and I put it on Patreon. They got first look, and then I put it on YouTube, so you can get an idea of some of the work that I do. But you guys know that because you see me every morning. All right, take care, everyone. Namaste.